Hey, welcome to the replay. I am just getting back from a nonprofit summit where I taught a group of nonprofit leaders about crisis communication. And in this brief video, I want to share with you one takeaway that had a lot of heads nodding, that had some light bulbs going off, and really resonated. If this is your first time meeting me, my name is Monique James. I am an AI marketing consultant and fractional CMO. I help small to medium sized business owners learn how to integrate AI into their marketing strategy the right way. That is, with the fully developed brand character aimed at fully developed customer personas and with a content system that allows you to distribute your marketing messages consistently on brand. So, just getting back from this workshop, mini workshop, mastermind breakout session, and we talked about crisis communication. And the thing is, I've worked with nonprofits my entire marketing career. I have always worked with had nonprofit organizations as clients, done a lot of work with nonprofits, and I like talking marketing with nonprofits because I intend to challenge them to think like marketers. That's always my goal, is to challenge them to see themselves as marketers, even though they may not have something to sell directly. So during this conversation about crisis communication, I shared a three-part framework for a crisis response framework. I shared the confidence factor. Some of you may not know that in my other business, I am a confidence coach. And so confidence for me is fueled by self discovery, self trust, and self expression. And when you are confident, that engenders trust, particularly, especially in a moment of crisis. And so I talked to them about understanding what their brand character is and how it connects to their people. By people, I mean their funders, their volunteers, their staff, the broader community, the people that their organization serves. And I use this metaphor that I've used many times before. I am not a sports person. I don't, I'm not. But I like sports metaphors because they're generally universally understood. I talked about how when they are thinking about what to say in a moment of crisis where their partners might be looking for a response. The community at large is watching them to see what they're going to do. The staff is looking for guidance and leadership. Their volunteers are looking for information. Their board has expectations. It is important in that instance when you understand and you are very clear that there are different segments of people who are expecting something from you, to be grounded, to be planted by your brand character. And from that clear brand character, you can show up according to what the audience you're talking to needs. And I know that that sounds somewhat oxymoronic, right? Because when we think about brand character, when you say something like that, you say, well, a person's character is who they are, and that doesn't change. And, it's always the same anytime. But it does change based on the audience. It changed, but it doesn't change. Meaning, in the moment of crisis, your brand's character is what it is. And that character is reflected differently based on the audience you're engaging with. And I also explain to them what I mean when I say character. If you've watched any of my videos recently, you have heard me talk about the importance of brand character and why that matters. I have an AI tool that helps business owners develop their brand character. When I say brand character, I mean mission, vision, values, voice, archetype, brand story, competitive edge. All of those things make up your character, and that character is a constant. Just like if you are playing basketball, you are a basketball player, you plant one foot in one position and you can pivot in different directions to decide where you want to go or how you want to get to the basket. The planted foot is the character. That is the thing that you are always true to. That is the thing that you are most loyal to. That is the thing that grounds you in a moment of crisis or even outside of crisis. It grounds your brand regardless of what's happening in the world, in your brand, in your community. And when you are clear on that, then you can decide how to respond to your donors, to your volunteers, to your staff, to your broader community from the place of being true to the brand's character. It does not move regardless of who you're talking to. You, because you have done that deep work of developing and uncovering what your character is, and you are clear on your audience and the different subsets of people that exist in your audience, you will be able to discern what needs to be said based on the receiver of the message. That is marketing strategy at its core. And so I'm sharing this, one, because if you're watching this as a nonprofit leader, you need this message. I just spoke to a group of nonprofit leaders. They appreciated this message. But if you're not a nonprofit leader, if you are a solopreneur, if you are a small business owner with a team, you need to be clear on what your brand's character is, because that is the thing that is constant. That is the thing that you will use to measure every message that goes out. And particularly when there is crisis happening outside of your organization, inside your organization, you will need that grounding so you can respond appropriately and not erode the trust that you have worked so carefully to build in your audience, to not look like you have no idea what you're doing, to not look like your team is not unified, to not look like a leader. Your brand character is the foundation for every single marketing activity that you will do. And I'm sharing this with you because I need you to know, and I need you to get it together. Your audience needs you to get it together. They are looking to you for something. And if crisis, unexpected, unforeseen, unprecedented circumstances happen, they will look to you. And it is important. We have a responsibility to ensure that we have done that work internally first so that every message that goes out confirms that those people that follow our brands have made the right choice. And so, if this metaphor landed for you, your brand character is the planted foot, and you know that your brand character could probably use some defining. Maybe it could use some polishing, or maybe it has evolved since you started your business. I am here to help. My marketing strategy laser session is here for you. My brand identity blueprint assistant is also here for you. This this work this work is important. The goal here is for you to be able to plant your brand, plant your foot, plant your team, plant your whatever, so that when it is time to pivot, you can do it powerfully and with clarity and intention. So, shout out to the Community Foundation of the CSRA for the invitation. I thoroughly enjoyed myself today talking to the nonprofit leaders, to the people in the room, having the conversation, talking about crisis communication and drawing the connection for them between marketing strategy and the importance of your character and knowing who your people are so that you can communicate with confidence, whether the times are certain or they're uncertain. You want your people to know that they can look to you for leadership, for guidance, for peace of mind, for a plan. Get your brand character together. If you have any questions about this conversation or anything else related to marketing strategy, reach out. I'm here. Until next time. Later.